So there's two teams in the league that are on the clock, the Bears and the Broncos. Excellent quarterbacks, both on the rookie contracts, excellent, clever offensive coaches, well above average rosters. They got about 2 years to hit it because then Bo Nix and Caleb Williams are going to get paid. So again, Seattle's rough.
Yeah, so I want to highlight this because Khan's going on and on about all these other teams that the Super Bowl window is closed. The Ravens, the Bills, the 49ers, essentially, if you're not on the rookie deal, the Super Bowl window is closed. And that's why he highlighted the Bears and the Broncos. And I think that's such a narrow way of looking at things. It's obviously better to win and have your, fill out your roster with, when you're on when you're not paying your rookie, your quarterback on a rookie deal and all of that. But you're either a well-run team or you're not. You either know how to run your franchise or not. You either know how to build your team or not. And to think, because if that's the point, why pay for a quarterback? Serious at this if that's the reality. If everyone else's window is closed as soon as you pay for a quarterback, then why pay for the quarterback? What's purpose? Just so you it's a fun year. What's the purpose then? What is the point? What is the point? So you're either a well-run franchise or you're not. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. When you have a quarterback on a rookie deal and you're paying him less money, it's easier to just go out and pay for like a green law or something, right? Like you have that ability to say, we'll take you. But that's why you got to be able to build smart contracts and build in the draft. You're either a well-run franchise or you're not. Yes or no? Because then if that's the case, just go down the list of all quarterbacks. Just go down the list then of every single team. Every single team then essentially except for, I guess technically the Commanders, the Bears, the Broncos, the Patriots. Every other team is just, Mahomes is not going to win another Super Bowl. No Josh Allen, no Lamar Jackson, no Burrow, no Jalen Hurts, no Stafford. Like just go down list of every team, no Trevor Lawrence. And then it's like, well then at that point, then the name of the story, it should be almost kind of like what they do with running backs, where it's like, we're not giving this running back another contract. We're kicking him to the curb. It's like, all right, when it's time to pay Bo Nix, just don't pay him. Move on from him and draft another one. You can't look at it that way. You just can't. And if that really turns out to be true, that as soon as a quarterback gets paid, and listen, it's obviously harder when a quarterback gets paid. I'm not downplaying that. I am certainly not downplaying that. Like I called out the Cowboys for how they were conducting business with Dak and taking all that money. It's like, you're not going to win that situation, and I stand by that. But that's why I just revert back to, you're either a well-run franchise or not, or you get these quarterbacks to take less money, because it's just a kind of a bizarre framework to look through the NFL, because then it's just like every time you're not on a rookie deal, it's over. Your Super Bowl window is closed. It's like, well then what are we doing here? Like then seriously, what are we doing? Then everybody should be just hunting for Malik Willis at this point then, and Mac Jones. They can get him for essentially rookie deals. So it's just, I'm curious how conversations like this land for you guys, like what it means to you. 'Cause yeah, it just backs me into that corner to then question, just to be like, what are we doing? Like, why? Like, then I don't understand. And everyone's so comfortable and confident saying when one window's open and when another window is closed, and it's just like, trust the Cincinnati Bengals window's closed if you believe that, not because they paid Joe Burrow, because they're fundamentally a poorly run team. That's why. The Ravens paid Lamar Jackson. They should have won in 2023. They didn't lose because they paid Lamar Jackson. That's not why they lost. So you either trust that your team can do it or you can't. In terms of like the team itself, I don't mean like the roster. I mean like in terms of like the organization, and I think the Broncos have proven to be a well-run franchise. Like that's, I in the offseason, that's what I talk about so much more. It's like, how well-run are you, the decisions you're making, because we're obviously not watching the games. So it's really kind of like the structure of the team, the decisions that are being made. What are you doing in free agency? Who are you drafting? Who are you resigning? Who are you letting go? Right? It's like, how well run of a team are you? And And I think the Broncos, the moment Sheila and Payton got there, they've proven as to constantly take the right steps forward, constantly, 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 constantly. And so even when they do have to pay a bone nix, well then you'll be smart in terms of how you conduct business, how you structure the contract, how you draft, who you decide to pay in free agency, etc. Because otherwise, like I said, what's the point? What's the point? And I do think we have these like set ways of how we view the NFL. And I'll end here. We have these set ways of how we view the NFL, and I think they're really, really narrow because so much of our perception is dominated by Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. You know, if we look at like the last like 20 years or something, and you can sprinkle in the Peyton Mannings of the NFL and whatnot, but like once we start to get into like the early zeros or whatever, like I don't care how teams won in 2003 or something, right? Saying, ah, but if we just look at the last like 10 years even, you know, I mean, honestly, that's probably as far back as we should go, realistically speaking, just the way in terms of how business is conducted, how football's played, the rule changes, all that type of stuff. That takes us, what, from like 2016 onward. And obviously, a big chunk of that is dominated still by Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. Two very specific scenarios. Very specific scenarios. Tom Brady even floating around to separate teams and whatnot. But then you have teams like the Eagles winning and the Rams winning. I think that's probably it, right? I think it's just in the last 10-year window would have just be the Chiefs, the Patriots, and obviously the Seahawks. But you know, what about even just a team like the Falcons? Matt Ryan easily could have won a Super Bowl if it wasn't for Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. He wasn't on a rookie deal, right? So, like, that's what I'm trying to get at. Patrick Mahomes won Super Bowls, not won a rookie deal. But again, it's Patrick Mahomes. Okay. And then we had a couple weird situations where like Jimmy Garoppolo's there, who I believe he got paid by in 2019 before that because he was with the Patriots and he had to get paid. I thought he got paid like 150 million, but that which at that time was top dollar, and they got to the Super Bowl. And again, they could have won up against Patrick Mahomes and Kansas City Chiefs. Right? It's like, and then again, you had Brock Parr, which was a unique situation. Jalen Hurts got paid. Jalen Hurts just won the Super Bowl for the Philadelphia Eagles. Most definitely not on a rookie deal. He got paid after 22. He got to the Super Bowl on a rookie deal. Got paid. Wow. Got to the Super Bowl and won. Go figure. Eagles are well-run franchise. And then now, again this past year, very unique situation. Sam Darnold. Obviously not a rookie deal, but an incredibly cheap deal relative to how much quarterbacks get paid. So I don't think we have things fully fleshed out quite yet. And like I said, looking at what happened back in 2006, it's like, I don't know how much wisdom is to be gained there. Honestly, at this point, I really don't. The coaching is different. The player's different. The way how football's played. Go watch a game. Go watch highlights from 2004 and you'll be like, what is this? This isn't the football that we've been watching. It's just different. Everything about it is different. The play calling is different. The execution is different. The style of play, the hits, the contact is different. Everything about it is different. I mean, seriously, you know, right off the bat, I watched the one Super Bowl. It was on, was on TV, like on NFL Network or whatever. I was watching a couple random games. One was, I think it was the Rams Titans, and you were just like, whoa, this is just different football. And then it was even a more recent one, the Packers Steelers. And again, you just knew, outside of obviously the quality of what you were watching, but just like the game itself, you just knew. You're like, this is everything about this is different. So I think you got to be careful with some of these conclusions that you draw when you're using history as a really strong reference. Use the last few years as a reference point. And we've had some pretty interesting things that happened in the last few years. Matthew Stafford, a decent, healthy deal going to LA, won a Super Bowl. Sam Darnold on a unique $100 million deal, won a Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts, top dollar, won a Super Bowl. Just saying. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Philadelphia Eagles, about the Denver Broncos, Do you think the moment they pay Bo Nix, it's over? Window closed. Let me know your thoughts. I read every single comment. So if you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get at some discussions. Let's get at some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here and absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It really does help the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next.